power struggle. Yeah?
Listen,
His Excellency, big up to him.
He ain't playing.
It's the tweets for me. I've never seen someone talk like this.
I like that he tweets in statements. He don't do like, I'm not gonna tweet this. Listen, all right, so let's bring everybody up to speed, yeah?
Yeah.
So Canelo. All right, so wait a minute. There was a first statement.
No, I'm gonna go for the first Canelo. One. Just wrapped up an important meeting. This is the one for me. Cool. This is the one for me. Just wrapped up an important meeting now with my team, planning for the upcoming fights that will make for 24, 25. I decided to disregard the Canelo fight as I don't want it anymore. Instead, I'll be focused on the US market with bigger fights, especially for the legend Crawford. Additionally, I'll support the making fights of Boots, Haney, Shakur, Ortiz, Anderson, Benavidez, Zepeda, and more. Regarding Tim Tszyu, there's something unclear with communications from his team with our team, so I believe I'll reconsider his situation. And for the rest of the world, definitely, I'm focused on Riyadh's season card. Wembley edition, 21st of September, AJ versus Dubois. And depending on the results of Ryder season's opening card, Bivol versus Batavia on the 12th of October. I will build the card for the rematch of Fury versus Usyk on the 21st of December. Another big card on the 1st of the quarter of 2025. Stay tuned. This man, is talking the talks. He said, yo, listen, Canelo, move. Guess what? He said, Canelo, move. I've got not like I got bigger fish to fry, but I'm serious about the US market. Now, there's a question. While he has said this, going to the US market without the heavy hitters in the USA, is it flawed thinking? Because there's some people missing off his list. While he's saying Boots, Haney, and there's no Canelo, who's the face. There's another face that we don't know if we can recognize him, but there's no Javonta on his stat sheet. And I don't know if Ryan, I don't know where you're saying
entertaining cards will start to do it. I think personally, I don't think it's going to be a case where if it's not including those guys, nothing is going to matter. When he starts stacking up these cards, like this card that we just had, for example, that was a big card. Andy Ruiz, Big Baby Miller, Crawford, the Bacoli, Jared Anderson. This was a big card. Like, you know what I mean? Even Isaac Cruz, Valenzuela. There was a lot there as far as a night of boxing goes. If anything, there was too much. You had Andy Cruz and then David Morrell Jr. Like, it probably could just be a 5-fight card and 5
don't say that because he probably watches. So please don't say that. It wasn't.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm talking about. No, I mean, it's in the amount of fights. Is what I'm saying. Is people some of the things were just like probably didn't need this many fights because you had those guys fighting early in the day. Do you know what I'm saying? Before we were going live. But that's the only criticism. What I'm saying is good fights and good events will bring out the numbers in the US market, I believe, personally. But then brands get to build off of those type of nights, and then you start to build new stars. Is why I say that it will. Okay,
cool. So it's a long time. You're saying the longevity one because to talk about that's like almost having a league with no LeBron, like sometimes you need those.
Well, put it this way, when McGrady and them guys were my era, T-Mac, Iverson, Vince Carter, those guys, when them man started getting old, and I started to see new names come up, Paul George and LeBron and da-da-da-da, I had that feeling as well. I was very much like, but it don't feel like how it feels when those guys, well, at least we still got Kobe. But then what happens is, these names emerge, bro. A Giannis pulls up. You got the Wembanyama coming through. LeBron is now the aging great. And it's that thing, the cycle continues and the games, it replaces itself. So I'm not really worried about who's
You're not worried about like these guys like not having some of the heavy hitters. He's got one in AJ. AJ's like a very heavy hitter. But I just think in the American market, to capture the American market.
The ace in the hole is an AJ fight on a US card.
Yes.
That opens AJ up again to another kind of.
It's who though?
Well, this is the thing. Now there's no US duck to get the hell out of here. But but let's look at the Canelo response to His Excellency, right?
Yeah.
So he basically said he's no longer interested in. He's responding to Turkey saying he's no longer interested in the fight. He goes, I'm not asking for that fight. He goes, I think Teofimo Lopez deserves it more than me. My response to Turkey is this. Yesterday, they texted me to talk about the Crawford fight in February. And I said, hold on. Yesterday, they texted me to talk about the Crawford fight in February. And I said, I'm not going to talk about any other fight. I'm focused 100% on the Berlanga fight. I respect Turkey, but if he wants to work with me, it needs to be my way. Now, Turkey has come back and said, I heard what Canelo said, that he respects me, but doesn't like the way we do business. As for him respecting me, doesn't matter if he does or not. As for the way I do business, I know why he doesn't like it, because I only target big fights at fair prices. So, of course, anyone who likes easy fights won't like that. And I know how he feels after losing to Bivol. So he's been looking for easier fights ever since. Also, I'm not the one who's afraid of fighting Benavidez or Crawford. Therefore, I knew he was wasting our time and making excuses with big amounts of money that can't be paid. So I'm continuing my way to make big fights that serve the boxing world, and he's on his way to making easy, show-only fights.
That's a Don DeMarco, hey. That's a Don DeMarco. Just bringing up Bivol was rude as well, bro. Bringing up Bivol like the way he did. Trigger. Yeah, it's triggering. It's very triggering. But to say that you avoid, just call out and say you're doing a matting. You avoid big fights. Big man, go and sit down. You are never serious. You don't want to make hard fights because you know I'm going to expose. I expose people.
Your respect don't mean nothing to me. let's have that right. You don't like the way I do business because I'm a high-level competitor. And clearly you're not trying to do high-level competition. Mad bars, bro. Don't have me sitting there like that. These times he's opposite with Berlanga. And the name prior to that was Chris Eubank Jr. It's looking mad, bro. Because Benavidez is sitting there like, bro, I'm right here. I'm right here. What do you mean that you don't want to do this fight? Because on the night, he says, on the night, he's going to be, 25 pounds heavier. So I need to get paid more money. Bro, what happened when you was doing that? This is why you look nuts, bro. What happened when you was in the ring weighing a madness against welterweights who were 3 pounds over the limit, bro? What are we saying?
Look.
Your rehydration back in them days.
This out.
Bro, this Donny was getting all the creatine. This Donny was on all the creatine, bro.
Look, this is what happens. You see, in this boxing thing, yeah, you see when you're in charge, you can do mad things. I'm telling you now, like, it's sad. It's really sad. When you're in charge, you can throw your weight around, and you're seeing that. Like, you're seeing it's not as simple as it's not all as it seems. These guys, you're now starting to, and the more I'm starting to understand, I'll never forget the conversation with Ben Shalom, basically saying, bro, they're ordering my fighters to go and they're trying to destroy us. So this is a dirty game, bro. So now if you think that we're gonna, like, just because I'm acting as if, I've got the best intentions. Nobody has your best intentions but you. And you need to get to the top where you tell people this is how it's gonna go. And the great ones have done that. If I'm the head of the table, you can't move me. And that's why we call this thing power struggle, because the one thing for sure is with His Excellency's money, he has power. That's it now. Everyone wants to work with him. He is a very powerful face in this space. Now, Canelo, I've worked hard to get to this space. I am the face of boxing. Everyone wants to fight me. If they fight me, you get paid. And I used to say, I was actually the money man in boxing, really. If anyone wanted to make some serious cheddar in boxing, you'd have to say my name, and I tell you how the rules of it. Now this new entity is coming with his own cash. He's kind of affected how I tell people how this is going to go. Because Canelo can say, do this, and you're doing it. Canelo can say to Amir Khan, balloon up, and so and so and so, and I'll see you at this, and fight me. And I'm going to give you 10%. Are you going to argue? I'm the only, who's going to watch you?
But what is contributing more to a better world of boxing as far as we can see? Because let's be real, like, not to say that Canelo was a big contributor to where boxing ended up those 3-4 years ago, before Turkey kind of showed up and was kind of shaking things up. But it did get to a flat place where Canelo was bouncing around with this promoter to fight those guys, and then going to that promotion to fight those guys. Bro, at some point, the sport has to behave like a sport. Now, I'm not saying that the sport behaving like a sport is jumping up and fighting him. This is, we're doing end of career special mission legacy stones at that point. But why not a Benavidez fight? Why do you get to dictate that fight doesn't happen just because you don't think it should happen? This is weird.
That's the poo in the pool. That's the one big situation is he doesn't want to
hilarious phrase.
Poo in the pool, bro, because you don't want to be in there.
Olympic swimming pool, but there's doo-doo over there. Lane 7 is out of use for tonight's.
Lane 7, the whole pool, bro. Throw it away, bro. Drain that thing, bro. Like
the liquor residue bubbles just come out.
There's no chlorine getting it done right now. Yeah, this is the way it used to be, and everyone needs to wake up to a new situation. And let's have it right. Some of these American fighters / Canelo, Mexican, but byways adjacent of America, they've had it their way. They're like top ranked PBC, all of these lot have had it their way. There's a reason why the Charlos haven't had to come outside but wore their belts with pride. There's a reason why, like Tyson Fury, Canelo's just a name in the whole of boxing that's had it their own way, you know? Now, one person that had to be paid, when we need to get things moving, Tyson Fury had to get paid. Tyson Fury had the game hostage. Heavyweight division was a hostage, bro. And every other division has been like this. So now to say, now almost the Ducks look funny in the light because someone's here saying there's a new sheriff in town and we all fight each other now. And it's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. This is the one thing for everyone in the game. And now when you're swimming with the tide, you look stupid. Because now we're all turning to Canelo saying, well, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Everybody else is up for it. So
what are you doing right now?
You don't want to fight under fair, competitive means.
You know what I mean? And Gervonta's going to have to answer these questions. Everyone has to come to the table.
But it's interesting.
Everyone. Jared was forced and he got beat up by Bacoli, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, he came in with love. He came in as the ambassador, like it was all good.
Ambassador got. I don't know what you call him now. Would you call it ambassador that's lost? Are you still the ambassador? Like I don't even know.
Ambassadee. I mean, at the end of the day, the sport behaving like a sport again is a good thing, and it is a good thing for the likes of Jared Anderson because one, you're not out the mix.
Yeah.
You're still in the mix. Like this whole lose and get discarded culture will end. But what has to happen simultaneously is that the cherry picking has to end as well. So, you know, people are divided on Canelo's cherry picking because they're like, oh, he's earned it and da-da-da-da-da. But, bruv, when you go back to the Triple G story, it took a lot of golden to get man in the ring. So I say you earned it, but he's been doing this.
He's earned it, bro. The guy's had so many fights. His record can't be like that's the one thing I hate about the game. You get to the top and you get shitted on.
Oh, bro, AJ's been.
You get to the shop and you get shitted on. It's true, bro. Everyone that gets to the top.
We've been in the van for the AJ one. We've seen the tomatoes.
Yeah, but I'm saying you get shitted on, bro. I'm telling you, you do get to the top and it's like, bro, man, then will take apart your record, bro. Be like, oh no. What's going on? And it's just how it goes. I think you have to get there though, and at least he's got there. AJ's got there. It's the part of the game in it, so it comes with being the face in it. So it is what it is. Let's move on.